お疲れ様です。ともぞうです。今回もレインボーシックスシージのトップリーグハイライトやっていきたいと思います。忙しい人向けに1試合をギュッとね、15分程度に収めた動画となっておりますけれども、早速やっていきましょう。今回はですね、EU 開幕しましたトップリーグ。先週の月曜日で、この動画が上がって頃には Day2 結果出てると思うんですけれども、まずは Day1 に行われた試合からピックアップさせていただきたいと思います。アウトサイダーズと BDS のクラブハウスでの試合、8対6で BDS が勝利するんですけれども、そちらの試合をピックアップさせていただきました。いやね、こちらの試合は本当に面白くて、特にですね、競技シーンでプレーすることを目指しているプレイヤーの方に見てほしいぐらい、結構お手本になるような、すごく俯瞰で見て綺麗な CG をお互いにするチーム同士の激突ということで、本当に面白かったんですよ。特にその自分たちがやりたい組織的な戦い方をお互いに組織として読み合って、その裏を書くような立ち回りがラウンドごとに行われたというのが非常に面白かったので、そのあたりをぜひ皆さんに見ていただきたいと思っているので、今回ピックアップしました。というわけで早速動画の方見ていきましょうかね。まずはですね、最初の3ラウンドはお互いに様子見てたかなっていう感じなんですけれども、この4ラウンド目あたりからお互いの手の内が分かって動き始めるんですよね。ただこのアウトサイダーズの美しいクラブハウスの近攻め、ここがまず起点になるところなので、まずこのラウンドを見ていただきたいと思います。クラブハウスの近攻め、トンネル攻めとか青階段攻めとかいくつかあるんですけれども、本当にこのアウトサイダーズは祭壇側の3枚を割りに行くアプローチを取るんですけれども、それが綺麗なので、そのシーンを見ていただければと思います。
I'm quite sure what timing they're waiting for. I mean, they are very stacked up in the bar. Potentially C4 that flies out is what they're afraid of, so they just wait a bit longer. I mean, they have the time currently. They don't need to get this opened up ASAP. That's also a very big help. That's the Cade gone, so there's nothing else that can just currently stop it from being not breached.
Lems has been so hyper-aggressive on those holes, and sure, it almost netted him a kill on the way out the door before, but here it's just another bit of punishment. It's that problem that BDS sometimes have, where their game hasn't been guessed, but well worked out by outsiders who are here playing a map they had at a permaban with all of this knowledge. BDS keep themselves going at the same pace and hoping it comes together. There's 3 walls, you only really have the time for a little bit, and now you're dancing across a whole wave of destruction. Somehow Ranchiro pops up and finds a kill on his wave back round to the other side of the bar, but Pipe's wall is gone. You assume the hatches have been opened as well, and well, now it's just seeing if they can try and work something in it. Yeah, it is. Both sides are open. A rotation background to sight from BDS.
A lot less safety here for the BDS players. It will turn out into a bit of a skirmish with all these openings currently on the site. Quite sure if the kitchen hatch has been opened up, that might be the next very target if they still have the opportunity. Yeah, it has been opened up, and this reinforcement will be going alpha as well. Actually, no. Playday will stop there, and Shiro finds a kill on the hatch as well, also brings it back to a 3-on-4. BDS then again in charge, but still a lot of openings they need to worry about as Rast takes a lot of damage.
That's almost the second gift over the top of the hatch there. He bit one, and here's Rafal doing everything, and I said it was the School of Alems book before where they're biting back into holes, but here they're actually trying to make some work of it until Pasha and Milon find one apiece, but once again the timer is low. Here, 14 seconds, they have the ping on where the kit's going down. Shaiko's looking for the angle, but they're playing it quite loose and aggressive, very well wasted. And they just get the kit down. Playday hits the floor as well. The spray through the soft, they can't quite find the angle on anybody. Milon confirms the kill on the other player, and then one more. Outsiders, 3 rounds.
Some might be thinking there that, the Jaeger the Bandit might have played that a little bit.
さあ、このタイミングでラウンドスコア3対1になるんですが、こちらの通り BDS はタイムアウトを取ります。このタイムアウトで何を話し合うのかなというところが一つポイントだったんですけど、タイミング的には結構早めに切りましたからね、カード的には。確かに悪い流れかなちょっとというのはあったんですけれども、何を話し合ったのかなと思ったところで、オペレーターのピック、こちら見てください。皆さんこちら見て違和感ないですか？僕見た時にと思ったんですけども、左下の2人ですね。レンシロとエレムジ、バンディットとカイドを荷積みしてるんですよ。これ結構珍しいというか、あまり競技シーンでは見たことがないですよね。普通であれば、バンディットかカイドのどちらかプラスミュートでドローンを止めたり、補強壁を守ったりという形になるんですけれども、これ2人積んで何するんだろうとまずはここで思ったんですね。それが、先ほど見ていただいた通り、アウトサイダーズのクラブハウスの近攻め、非常に美しいんですよ。で、そこに対して個人的にはもう早めに当たって囲い込まれる前に枚数を削るぐらいしか方法ないんじゃないかなと思って見てたんですけれども、BDS が取ったのは逆にバンディットとカイドで荷積みして祭壇を固く守るというあまり見たことがないアプローチだったんですね。そこが非常に面白いのでぜひご覧ください。どうぞ。
Wall or the kitchen hatch there. Of course, easily cleared off if a grenade will be able to make it through, and as these Hibana pellets are going in 2 by 2, it's not something you often see on this side. It's often the case in the kitchen hatch, but might have been afraid of an electric claw popping up there as well, and then it's better to waste 2 rather than 4 pellets.
Well, this is one of the first times we've seen BDS not try and throw themselves at those vertical angles opened up around the top of the main stairs. They are playing a little bit more cautiously. Here it is, though. The claw went out on the right-hand side. Renshiro's electroing the left, and that is what you wanted. That's the result. They've stopped the Selmas. The C4 doesn't quite get the full catch, but most importantly, now they cannot get through and get the plant on that wall without a little bit more of the X-Kairos, which means that Kitchen Hatch would have to stay solid, and that's that sort of risk. And this is something that Outsiders haven't had to deal with before. The maths of running it. Are they just going to try and throw themselves into the fight? Pasha, with the drop, is going to try and ease their way around, fires through and gets a Lems down cold on the ground, but he's not entirely out. He can give calls and positions and plays. Popping in, and Renshiro pops up. There's Pasha over the top and suddenly traded out. Shaiko dropped in the midst of it. A 3 versus 3. Lems was finished, and they're still playing close on this angle. They're not entirely sure if the player has gone. Here comes the X-Kairos, you assume. No, they're actually long gone off the board. Shaiko is able to find one more for his trouble. Rafal down the main corridor, 5 seconds, and simply holding their cards to their chest has given BDS a round.
Important change there. I mentioned it before. Lems playing a bit further back, not being that aggressive where he does.
さあこの試合 4-2 でアウトサイダーズがアドバンテージを取って折り返したんですけれども、攻撃を積極的に BDS が通し、あっという間に4対4のイーブン。そしてこのラウンド9で BDS のうまさが光るプレー出てきます。1回ということもあり、なかなかアウトサイダーズコントロール難しかったんですけれども、 BDS は迷いなくね、この2回1回の自分たちが取りたいエリアを本当に的確に取ってくるんですよ。LMG はいろんなオペレーター使えるので有名ですけれども、彼のフローレス本当に上手くてですね、もうここも序盤にイービルアイを的確に壊してステージ攻めに対してしっかりと足がかりを作っていくんですね。そんな BDS の全員がマルチタスクで非常にうまく動く動き、スムーズな動きを見ていただければと思います。
Plant spot is tucking yourself in onto that brick wall that divides the middle of the site here. Lems is going to make sure they can claim that utility, and as I said, there's the angle that runs through into kitchen. FMX is actually leaning in to see what they've got, and they're hoping they can get somebody. But Shaiko gets Milon in the meantime. You also want to get control of construction, because that obviously watches down onto this very core part. So the pressure is going to push them further and further away, which is the work that's being done here, and the work that Smash is going to try and stop.
Smash is going to be alone up here now, trying to stop this from happening. Has the SMG-11. 16 bullets, it will hit on range, but it's a bit more difficult to control, especially against these assault rifles that the attack will be bringing. He needs to be careful to not get overwhelmed here. If Max looking to position himself underneath the hatch, they have opened up BDS though, directly next to the hatch. So alternative angles are starting to be created here with players up out on the balcony as well. It's going to be very difficult. Here in the bathroom, actually, ADS there, stopping the shield from being destroyed. So Grenade will have to do the job instead. Takes a small amount of damage, Pasha there, but he's no longer able to play in the bedroom now.
That's it. It's a bit of time that's sort of added onto the tally here of BDS, but they know how to move behind it. Smash is going to have to play a little bit wider, a little bit less aggressive. Shaiko's been able to slip past the angle as well, and the longer he can sort of go undisturbed at this point is the longer that Smash can go undisturbed at his. There it is, a pre-fire and a spray round, and well, that's a very dangerous lean into an engagement there. The Echo drone pulls through, and Shaiko finally finds the end of it. Suffered a lot as the dance back and forth, but Smash has that response. They said he was waiting for the movement and the moment, and it came through. Playday gets Rask though. The 4 versus 2 down towards the site. They're still eyeing up the chance to plant. I assume that stock wall is open, and FMX is blinded twice and thrice. The smoke canisters cover the idea and the action that's coming through. Breeday's been able to get himself tucked in and ducked behind the table. A 2 versus 3. Smash gets one more from the top. Rafal gets smashed though, and one more. That is BDS pulling ahead.
And with that, they put themselves in that lead. It's 5-4.
さあこれでいよいよ BDS 止まらなくなってきたかなと思われたラウンド10なんですけれども、ここでアウトサイダーズも粘ります。 BDS 全体的に攻めはやはりプラントを意識したアプローチが多かったというところもあり、アウトサイダーズ今度はそれを読んでくるんですよね。ここはインきっかけで仕掛けていく形になるので、インのカンデラが用意スタートの合図という形にはなるんですけれども、それに対してアウトサイダーズが慌てずしっかりと防衛を通すシーンをご覧ください。
Jammer that they tucked into the corner means seems it wasn't so easy to drone out. The first impact didn't get the connection.
That went to the roof of the kitchen.
Yeah, a bit too wide.
A little bit too far, too high. But that means the hatch will be opened up now, and basically BDS will have everything they want, and now we'll start staging their attack. 55 seconds on that clock, 4 Candelas to go with here to try and pull off the execute. Milan is deep, I believe, inside the dirt tunnel, hoping to go for a bit of a late flank back onto the side as soon as it's fallen, and by hiding in that position, he might go overlooked. But as the first grenades come in, they're aware of where these ADSs are, and surely these Candelas will start following soon.
Now, obviously, the canister pops off, 30 seconds, and they still have a couple more, so here is where the Candelas might start to roll. One down towards the side of dirt, the drop comes through on the backside, the grenade's through, and that off to the third box. The spray over the top, Ranchiro gets a kill there towards the corridor, but the kit's gone cold. And amongst it, covered by the smoke, they're going to try and pick it up, but Milan keeps popping out of dirt and showing what he can do. Smash, he's taken care of, but Shaiko, in the meantime, is able to get a lock in. 3 versus 1. Smash is still doing bits on the far side. BDS, they overestimated how much control they had, and a single player in dirt cut that kit in half.
That's what I said. I mean, they tossed down the Candela for it, but Milan hoped he would have gone overlooked there, and indeed he did. They didn't pay.
最終的には BDS が先にマッチポイントを取ったんですけれども、 BDS1 回に対して速攻を仕掛けたんですね。それがちょっと雑でオーバータイムに持ち込まれたので、12ラウンド目はちょっともったいなかったなという意識はあったんですけれども、オーバータイムに入ってからの BDS の修正が秀逸でした。このラストラウンドなんですけれども、先ほど見てもらったように地下に対してインでセットプレーを仕掛けたというラウンドが直前にお届けしたかなと思うんですけれども、あれって結局やっぱりインのカンデラが焚かれたことによってセットプレー来るぞというのがアウトサイダーズに分かってしまったんですね。で BDS その点をどこで修正するのかなと思ったんですけれども、このラウンドマジですごいです。 EMP を青階段に投げて相手のイエーガー、アウトサイダーズ側のイエーガーを引かせるんですけれども、だいたい EMP が飛んできた後ってガジェットを壊すためにフラグが投げられる。それでイエーガーが祭壇側まで下がるんですけれども、その下がったタイミングで一気にシャイコがハッチをダイブして中を制圧する、その見事な BDS のアウトサイダーズの完全に裏をかいたアタック、本当に見応えがあるのでぜひ最後までご覧ください。
Make sure that this time the push is on, because what we saw the last time, the Candelas went in, they were being shut down by the player that's inside of the dirt tunnel. He went unaccounted for. They need to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And does they need to make a decision quickly? Where are we going to be attacking from? Are we going for another drop? Use the Ossa, the talent shield with that, to make sure that we have ourselves a nice little nest to sit inside of, a bit of a safe space as these flashbangs come through and deal with the player inside of blue as he has been forced out. A quick Gemini will confirm that Shaiko. Look at that, everybody stacked up on the A-bomb chassis. They don't have that blue control, but there's definitely people watching it.
There it is, you can see the kit changes hands, Alems is getting it ready. Rask is that only line here. They've tried to go quick, and as more pressure comes through, Rask is just going to pull away because he knows that is the first herald of the grenades that come through. Shaiko gets that opener, pulls away into the smoke, looks for a second and finds it. Alems and Ranchiro putting pressure onto the back of the boxes. Suddenly, things are slipping away, and suddenly they slip a little bit further with it locked down. A BDS flawless to end a fight back. It went almost all the way.
さあというわけでいかがだったでしょうか。こんな感じでね、ラウンドごとに本当に2点3点する試合で8対6のオーバータイムまでもつれた試合ということもあったんですけれども、すごく見応えがあった。で冒頭でもお伝えした通り、なんで競技シーンの方にこの試合見ていただきたいかという話だったんですけれども、僕ねやっぱりクラブハウスカスタムで開く時とか、相手の力量がわからないとか、初めて集まりましたみたいな時はクラブハウスがある程度順序を踏んでいかないといけない、シージをしなければいけないマップということもあるので、初心者の方とかあとはレベルがわからない者同士でやるにはすごくみんながやりやすいマップかなと思ってるんですね。自力がわかると言えばいいんですかね。そういった自力がわかるというのがプロのシーンでも見られるんですけれども、その自力がとてもこの両チームハイレベルだなというのを分からせてくれるクラブハウスだったかなと個人的には思います。さあ最後にスタッツ見ておきましょう。やはりね最後のアタックも素晴らしかったけれども、シャイコがやっぱり起点になりますね。チームでしっかりと崩す アプローチを取っていった時にやっぱりきっかけを作ってくれるのがシャイコ、非常に大きいかなと思います。防衛ラインあと一歩突破しなければいけない、相手を崩すっていうところですね。そこに対してシャイコがしっかりとアプローチしてくれる、そこでキルが生まれるのは本当に大きい。一方でね、レンシローもすごくレーティングいいんですけど、やっぱり特筆すべきは5-0のエントリーですね。やはり彼が相手のやりたいことを止めて、自分たち BDS がやりたいことをしっかりと通せるような環境を作っているというところがあるかなと思います。ただこの試合アウトサイダーズももったいなかった。ミロンが奮闘したんですけど、やっぱりもったいなかったのはエントリーのところですよね。全員合わせて4ってなってくると、レンシローの1人の5に対して全然上回れてないエントリーという形になりますね。ファーストブラッド取りたかったですね。ファーストブラッドもう少し取れていれば少し展開は変わっていたかなというのがスタッツから見えてくるかなと思います。さあ、というわけで EU はね、結構上位チームと下位チームで個人的には分かれそうな雰囲気が Day1 から出てるなと思いました。仕上がってるチームと仕上がってないチームがあるって言えばいいんですかね。そういったところもしっかりとね、今シーズンは追いかけていきたいなと思っておりますので、よかったらまたこのチャンネルに遊びに来てください。この動画が良かったらチャンネル登録、グッドボタンのほどもしていただけると励みになりますので大変嬉しく思います。それでは最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。またこんな感じでレインボーシックスシージの忙しい人向けにギュッとね、1試合のポイントをまとめた動画作っていきたいと思いますので、よかったら遊びに来てください。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。ではでは。動画でお会いしましょう。ではでは。